Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator.
Here we go.
Get it.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Coming to you, coming to you. 5.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
No gain on this. No gain. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Rush in.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check nickel. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
Now back to throw. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 36 yards on the play.
57. Mike, 57. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Check. Check out. 66. Pull it. Half. 66.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check 24. Check 24.
Check 50. Check 50.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Yeah. Tighten up. Tighten up. Switch.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
He's crashing. Hit him up.
Take 4, take 4.
Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Show it up, though.
Elliott. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Back to throw here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check 3.
A first down carry for Smith. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Second and 11. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Looking to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Set. 10 over. Yeah.
Back to throw. Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way up to the 49. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Bravo! We own it! Get it!
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert, man open, Rice. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go!
Williams. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Jacobs now. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Running is Jacobs. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Go! Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
57 the mic.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Stays on his feet. He's going to look deep down the field. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 35. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
54.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That one complete to Elliott. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
He's checking. Crap. Watch the twist. Shift. Hey, switch gears. Kill.
He'll look to throw. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return is Williams.
We got this.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right there. 54 Mike. I got it.
To throw on second down. Herbert. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They give it to Williams, running right. Oh, good move. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, Echo. Get it.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing again on second and 10. Herbert. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This is taken at the 3. And he spins through. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check 26, check 26. Check. Hey, Sam on. Check. Look at me. Go. Look at me. Zipper.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 79 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, Haywood! And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. High five! Big grip!
Operating from the gun. Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Alert flare. Kill. Check pilot, 64, weak.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Buzz. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Hey. Let's go.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the shit.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Ready.
57's the Mike. Exit. Check safety.
Hey. Check.
Kill.
Hey, rock it now.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Forbes. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this 3rd quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. Yep. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
61, matchbox light. Switch it.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's got some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. Myers' kick is good. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this 3rd quarter. So it's his 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Jack! 36, 36.
Hey, lock it. Be Griffin, be Griffin.
11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Check 52.
Shift, shift.
No. Off. Go.
What do you want?
Let's go.
They'll run with Smith. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
That's going to be a long day. Slam. Check it out, read.
Big edge.
Deuce.
Watch out.
They go.
They'll run it again with Smith. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Down. 50. Plant. Stay with your man.
On third down, Forbes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Push him back. Push him back. Get it.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A give to Williams, running right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. The Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Herbert. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Throwing on third and long. Herbert. On the comebacker, complete. It's Rice. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
On the ready.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 38. They run it with Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Set, ready, 18 Gator. Here we go.
On second down, Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Hey, check. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. A gain of 3, second down. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. The busy night continues for Williams. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Yes, yes.
On third down, here's Williams. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go with Williams. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Watch twins. Watch twins. Out, 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 out. He's crazy.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Hey, hold on. Get off the train, Charles.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Get in the weight room.
Check four, check four.
Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Check, crunch, crunch. Go, go.
This is Smith. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. You got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle? We're
going to find out. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go.
Go. Hey, dude. I'm coming after you.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25.
Hey, seam 6. Ready?
On 4th down, Herbert. Now that'll be caught by Cup. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off.